some people's like if you open their laptop and you put hot, it'll say hot sexy girl. Once we were in Siddharth's house, some exploration was going to happen. First guy put hot, so he pressed H. 100 hottest male models.
And I'm not into men, but
He wanted to become a model back then. 100 hottest males, and we all looked back at him like, Sid.
It was a group activity to watch this
Yeah,
together.
it's not like we were jacking off or anything. We just like
Yeah,
exploring.
just
It was
sharing
just
the-
exploration. And then we had to keep it in mind and then go jack off later.
Oh my god.
Hi guys, welcome to This Is Not a Podcast.
welcome.
We have a very close family guest today. He's Aryan and mine's first cousin, brother. Airbnb
Thanks for
tycoon.
emphasizing on brother.
I was just going to tell you.
Oh yeah, why did I say first cousin, brother? So just for some context, we had Shimbapa on the podcast a few months back. So the auntie who came on the podcast and sat right there. This is her son.
Yeah, guys.
Sid, I have a very important question before we start, and that will dictate how this whole podcast goes. Who's your favorite brother, me or I?
There's no pressure.
Yeah.
You just have to say the truth.
I like both equally.
Yeah, no.
It's
One
like
ask-
ask whether you like your right hand or left hand. You need
Oh,
both.
you use your right hand for everything, bro. You like.
Yeah, you like your right hand more.
I need left
Who's your
hand for
right
other
hand,
purposes.
You have to choose one.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
your favorite sibling in the entire group? I mean, obviously, Vaishu aside.
That's not much to choose from.
I like all of them equally.
But a little bit more. Who have you spent quality time with?
Quality time. I think I've spent more time with Sharan. So there is. But for me, in terms of love, all are same.
In terms of
Yeah,
love.
but in terms of time, I guess you spent
Let me
quality
just
time
put it
with
this way. If both of us called you, who would you call back first?
Who would I call back first? Because Sharan comes on my missed call this thing a lot.
So
So
you'd call him first?
so I'd call him first because his thing is there. But
Okay, if both of them were drowning and you could only save one, who would you save?
then
Me,
I,
no, long. I need more years to live. He's already lived that many years.
then I might have to sink.
He'll jump in with us.
I'll jump with you guys.
there are three brothers singing.
Because, yeah.
Fair enough.
Great answer.
So for context, both you guys are the same age.
Yeah, Sid is too much younger to me.
Yeah.
How is it growing up together? I've always wanted a sibling to grow up with. My brother's older than me. All my cousins are younger or older than me. I've never had someone like the same age. So how is it for you guys?
I feel like now we both are. I'm 31. He's 30. He's turning 31 in 2 weeks.
Don't remind me. I don't want to be 31 anymore.
Yeah. So you saw how that interaction went.
Yeah.
20 years back, when we were younger, when we were 9 or 10 years old, in that age group, we all wanted to be the elder one because, like, the oldest one has all the power
Power.
to say whatever they want and do whatever they want. So I used to tell Appu and Siddharth that I'm the oldest one, so I can do whatever I want. They have to listen to me. And I used to
Bully,
say,
bro.
Yeah, he was a
Such a
big bully.
so I used to say I'm 93 born, so I'm older than you guys. Siddharth used to say I'm 94. 94 is bigger than 93, so I'm older than you. I'm like, bro, that's not how this works. And now it's the exact opposite. Now we both want to be younger.
But to be fair, you guys are all, like growing up. Also, you guys never had a lot of interests that aligned. Like you guys were very different. You were more into like art, like
Arty.
music.
Yeah, Arty thing. He's
Something.
more into football and
Yeah, this
that
guy
kind of
used to
thing.
just read the newspaper. Like I remember at the age of 12, he would just wake up instead of watching
Yeah.
cartoons, he'd just read the newspaper.
yeah.
Which is really fucking weird, honestly. Like the more I think about Sharan Nair as a teenager and as a youngster, like it's fucking weird.
Even
Yeah.
as an adult, dude, why you
Yeah,
stop?
as an adult, yeah, obviously, like. But sometimes those quirks grow and you become a weird adult. This is like
Yeah.
you were never into like cartoons, anime.
Yeah, no, I
It was
never.
never
I,
his
ne-
cup of tea, I think.
I never understood.
You
like,
guys just
Siddharth-
bond over music. That I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hip hop music
Yeah.
specifically,
Yeah.
Linkin Park, Eminem, and all that.
Yes, Sid was really into music back in the day. And
He's
he's still
still
in,
into
yeah, but
music.
like back in the day, like that is when like as a 10-year, like now 10-year-olds are into Travis Scott and whatever. But Siddharth was into like all kinds of music back in the day.
Yeah. Like,
Like-
rock, rap,
Yeah,
pop.
and for example, like you can't download music back. LimeWire and all didn't exist. So the moment the album drops, he has the CD already in his car.
And the thing is, at that time they used to write parental advisory explicit content on top of the CD.
Yeah.
So I had to carefully struggle it. I would say I'd go buy that, use the money to buy food and then go buy CDs
Oh
without my
my
parents.
God.
knowing. But I'd be like, Siddharth, why is it parental advisory?
Okay, wait. So, how did it work? You guys first, like, you were both born in Moscow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we both are born
And then
in
your
Moscow.
initial years were in Moscow itself
Right,
together.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
together.
And then you moved to Dubai.
So then I moved to Dubai for a year,
Hmm.
but then Sharan was literally there most of the time.
Yeah.
Then we went to France also for a while.
Yeah.
Went traveling in France. Then we studied in 7th standard together
In Cochin.
in Cochin. Yeah.
Okay.
Like literally, I think we have seen each other more than we have seen our parents. Also.
Yeah, there was a time when we used to study in 7th grade. We used to wake up in the morning,
Huh.
sleeping next to each other, wake up in the morning. I'm taking a shower while he's taking a shit in the same bathroom because we don't have time.
Yeah. And I take like hours to get ready.
Or he's showering and I'm taking a shit. But can you imagine someone taking a
The
shit while you're showering
proximity.
like in the same bathroom? Then we'd go to school together. Then we'd come back. Then we'd study together. We'd go play together. Then sleep together. Dinner. Entire fucking day together.
The thing is, dude, this guy was so smart. I'd be like, he'll study like in one day before the exam. And when you look at the marks, I'll still beat him by 1 or 2%, but only 1 or 2%. Well, I'm studying like the full time, like morning to night. I used to curse this guy. Like, how does he do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But what are your like fondest memories growing up together?
Yeah, I have a couple of them. There was one.
River jumping.
Oh, yeah, river jumping one. Yeah,
There's not a river stream.
there was a stream in Russia. So me, Aryan, Siddharth, and I think 2 of our friends, we went. So there's a forest right next to our house in Moscow.
Huh.
So it was like dead in the winter, like around last week of December, full snow everywhere, really cold. And then there was a small, it was a small stream, as in it was not small, but it was not big also. So I wanted to jump over it. And this is when we were like maybe 13, 14.
Mm.
So I jumped. Then we wanted Siddharth to jump. Siddharth jumped directly into the stream.
right. Not just into the stream, directly in the center of the stream.
There was like a build up to it also because we were waiting. We were like, Siddharth, you can do it. And he jumps and like plop
And
right in the middle of the street.
And he was very close to losing his leg because like it was so cold and
Oh
his
my
legs
God.
were fully wet. And we had,
So you
yeah.
quickly
It's like
go.
minus 20.
Yeah, and we were deep into the forest, so we had to like walk back home, and he was like, he suffered.
Yeah.
But I think one of my, there are a couple of favorite stories of mine with Sid. One is he used to really love Pokemon,
Mm.
and not Pokemon. He doesn't like Pokemon like other kids his age used to like. He used to really love Pokemon.
Mm.
Yeah, literally had all the Game Boys and all the cards and everything.
He used to love Pokemon so much that I think when we were in the 6th or 7th, there was this girl in the 9th or 10th. There was this girl in the 9th or 10th who everybody had a crush on. Like she was the it girl.
But she liked me.
Yeah, she likes Siddharth.
I feel like I didn't give her too much importance because I liked her, but like not too much.
So once,
She was
She
in
was
a
obsessed
Pokemon.
about me.
dude, she was obsessed with him.
She was obsessed
in
about me.
9th grade, when she was in 9th
She was in 9th, he was in
So
6th.
she came all the way to under my building
Mm.
just to meet me. And she called me on the intercom. She's like, Siddharth, I'm here. Can we come meet? I'm like, wait, let me finish my episode of Pokemon. then I will come. I'm like, that's my priorities, right?
She was stunned.
Oh
Yeah.
And
my
not
God.
only was she stunned, like Siddharth became like a
She's never
legend.
been rejected like this.
Yeah, she told all the other guys who like her that Siddharth did come down because he was watching Pokemon, and when we went down,
They were like
they
this
were like,
bars.
"What the fuck? How can you deny her?"
Oh my
yeah.
God.
There's so many good memories
Yeah.
back in the time. Yeah.
Max memories.
Yeah, and then there was a phase when Siddharth wanted to be called Max.
Oh, that card.
Yeah,
that letter.
yeah.
Yeah, we still have those letters.
Yeah, we still have the
Siddharth, this is
letter.
Max.
Yeah, one day he just woke up and decided he doesn't want to be called Siddharth anymore. He's Max. So he sent me a letter all the way to Russia where he's like, Sharan, I've decided I'm Max from now on.
like some undercover identity.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to some Himalayas or some shit.
Oh my God.
Oh, you used to also have this. You used to want to be called the guy from Home Alone. What's his name?
Kevin, yeah.
used to be-
You're not a Kevin.
Did you ever
I'm
want
not
to change
a-
your name?
I always wanted to change my
Two?
name because it was a very hard name to pronounce. I didn't go beyond.
You didn't go into the
No, I
ideation
didn't
phase
go into
of it.
ideation. I just wanted to change my name because no one can pronounce my name in the first shot. And then growing up, you don't really care how pretty your name sounds or how unique it is or whatever. You just want to be remembered.
Yeah.
So
I think another one of my favorite stories with Sid is he used to date this girl from Calicut.
Uh, yeah, bro. I've done some risky business.
You want to tell us how that went?
So let's say that this girl is quite politically influential. Not just quite political, very very political. In Calicut. Okay, and so she used to be crazy about me in Global. So she asked me out that she wants to date me and everything and stuff.
And she's Muslim.
And she's Muslim also.
okay.
Yeah.
And her parents are very orthodox.
Mm.
So, and like, I was like, what, 15, 16 years old. And everything. And then we go and meet her. I go and meet her in Calicut.
Mm.
So she used to tell me, like, dude, my dad is like very, very scary.
Strict, yeah.
Very strict. So be careful. So I go to her house and all. And her dad is like, so in Malayalam they say, friends കുഴപ്പമില്ല friends ആയിട്ട് കൂടുതലൊന്നും വേണ്ട. So I was like, okay, uncle, we'll be friends and everything. So then I go back home and then we keep in touch. We talk every day and all. And one day I call her, I pick up the phone, and her dad's like, if you call my daughter again, I'll get your head cut off.
Oh my lord.
After that I was like, വേണ്ട, goodbye.
I like my head.
അവിടെ തന്നെ നിർത്താം. Then on top of that, I went all the way again after he threatened me. I went to Calicut to say bye to her one last time.
Okay.
You wanted head. he wanted your head.
I
You wanted head.
but one last time. And he literally wanted my head.
Head for a head makes the whole world go.
Yeah, and my dad had to come in because dad was really scared. Oh my god.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's actually so nice. All your parents have always like supported your relationships and stuff. Like
Yeah,
That's good.
they were supportive of everything, which is why for a lot of people it's very hard
it's
for them to understand.
I mean, my
like,
parents also growing up, it was like in my mind I had made this concept of me being a nun because my parents have given me so much freedom. I can't disrespect that freedom and their trust and whatnot. So I would just not date for the longest time, and I would just concentrate on like studying and whatnot because of that fear. But I think if the environment was a little more like conducive, it would have been like easier for me to have conversations with them about these things and stuff.
I feel like for your generation, like this girlfriend boyfriend thing was more intense than it is for our generation.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
because
for your generation it's more casual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as
But
serious.
like for example, your first girlfriend, how did you tell your parents? Or
So how did you tell your parents when you had your first girlfriend?
I mean, I just directly told them, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
you
cool."
just came over, you're like, Mom, I have a girlfriend.
Yeah, like I like this.
You're not the most important woman in my life anymore.
So they're like, "Oh," so it's like, okay, she's Muslim. They're like, "Oh shit," you know, because it was just that it was very new to them.
yeah.
So they were like, not you. They're like, okay,
Yeah.
go slow, be respectful, keep your boundaries and everything. But
But our family also had a culture of where like, oh, if you hang out too much with the girl, they'll be like, oh, girlfriend. She's your
yeah,
girlfriend.
because our parents like were very, very like open to communicating
Yeah.
everything. They didn't like ostracize us for us and everything. And,
No,
you
but I
know?
also think they themselves have had such interesting experiences, right? Because
yeah.
both your parents have had like love marriages. And I mean, if I compare to my parents also a lot older. So I think for them, this is even more like of a different concept to like understand.
Yeah.
But for me, it was, I don't know, it was just like I was never like not allowed to do anything. I could do anything, like hang out with boys, go play football, just go out for parties, all of that. I was never said no. But when it came to a relationship, it was always like it's not the right time for you to be in a relationship.
So you'd never tell them.
I mean, for the longest time, I never was in a relationship. And then when my first ever relationship was Sharan for 3 months. And like, it was just like, I didn't know what to tell them. Because for me, it's always been like a forbidden thing. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to tell them anything unless it's become such a serious thing. And it anyway only lasted 3 months. So it didn't make any sense to tell anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it was never a very encouraged sort of thing.
Thing, yeah.
So for context, Sid used to live in China for a long time.
Yeah.
How would your parents have felt if you married like a Chinese girl?
They're like,
Because-
please don't bring back a Chinese girl. They date anybody but not Chinese.
So they want like an Indian. They have
Yeah,
like
they wanted Indian. I think because cultural differences and eating differences and all that, and language
Yeah.
barriers and all
Yeah.
that. They're like, you can date and everything is fine, but nothing more than that.
What were you doing in China?
So I was learning Chinese, and we tried to do some business over there. But then because of COVID, I had to come back to. Came back to Dubai. I got stuck in Dubai during COVID. So, but I would say being in China was like the best time of my life.
Yeah.
Like best time. I learned so many things. I was part of the best university there in China, and I was part of the debate team over there. I was part of an acting club, like the only foreigner, and it's very hard. Like they will not accept any foreigners. Like no amount of money or anything can bring those experiences back. It was such an amazing time. And there's so much similarities between Chinese culture and Indian culture and everything. So such a great time, you know.
Where in China were you?
So I was living in Beijing,
Okay.
which is the capital city of
Yeah.
China, and then I went to Kunming, which is south of China, close to the border of India.
Okay.
So both the times was great. I learned the language, and it was not easy learning that language. It's one of the
Mandarin.
toughest languages in the world. But now, thanks to God, all my business is coming because of China. Like
Having that language.
having that language thing, because even though China is very developed if you compare it with India, but a lot of people don't speak English. So I thought at that time that was the best thing to do. So right now I don't regret that decision.
Can you speak in Chinese?
可以啊，我们可以说中文。
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
We'll suddenly have a Chinese following.
What did you say? You said
Yes,
shut the fuck up, you bastard.
That's a cool thing. If you know a foreign language, if you swear, nobody will understand.
Shish.
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 I feel like if you made content, you'd have like the largest audience in the world because you get Indians and Chinese people. That would
Chinese,
be
yeah.
insane.
It'll be a huge following.
Yeah.
Be
And can you
crazy.
speak Russian as well?
I can understand a bit. So now my parents are scared to say secrets because they're like shit. So I can understand quite a bit, you know.
He's really good at languages.
Yeah.
He picks
Like
them up
to
really
learn
quick.
anything, I learned really fast. Like I need to be somewhere for like 1 month, or you give me something to read, I can like learn it like really, really quick. This ability to like pick up things fast.
So between you three, if y'all are in Dubai Mall, you can understand anything anyone is saying because you got Malayalam covered, Russian covered,
and Chinese.
Yeah.
Mandarin covered, English.
Only
obviously.
Arabic is lacking. If you know Arabic, then I think we conquer Dubai.
Dubai is ours.
Yeah.
But he's been generally good at learning. Like he used to play the guitar, piano,
Yeah.
flute.
Flute is,
He
yeah.
used to sing.
sing-
There used to be like random days we'd go out for dinner. And you know how like in Hyatt, for example, you go to the buffet and then there'll be like somebody doing like live music.
Yeah.
Oh,
in
so
the middle,
that's
like-
confidence is unparalleled.
I would love to
Siddharth
join.
would just be like, "You guys, I'm going to sing," and then he'd get up, he'd walk over to the guy who's singing, he'd be like, "Can I sing?" And then he'll belt out a song. It's the most badass shit I've like. I remember from a young age, this is one guy like he never had any fear for anything. Even ride roller coasters, he was not afraid of the dark. He's not
Yeah.
afraid
Oh
of
my
horror
god,
movies.
Nothing
roller
like-
coasters. My god, this guy was fearless.
Last year I went to Kamchatka in Russia, bro. I don't even know how I did it.
Is that
I
trek of
can't
yours?
believe I did that. Yeah. It was so dangerous.
It was a
And-
trek, right?
Yeah. So the funny thing is, my dad's partner tells my dad's like, oh, so that's going to Russia. He's like, oh, you know, it's a small camping trip.
Camping.
Little did they know it's the tallest mountain in entire Russia. And it was so dangerous. Like I thought at parts of the time I will not make it out alive.
How many days was it? Give us the whole like.
So it was like 2 weeks. So you stayed so Kamchatka has like 2 or 3, it's a cluster of islands.
Okay.
So you stay in different islands and you take a boat and you go to other islands and you set up a camp over there. And the camp is like a wired camp so that because bears don't enter the
Oh, the premises.
peripheral.
Yeah.
More than falling off the mountain and dying and freezing to death, I am scared of the bears. Because the bears are like, you know, very ruthless.
Ruthless. Yeah.
And everything. So my dad's partner's like, Siddharth, train, do some cardio workout because you're going to walk a lot. I used to walk cardio I used to do jog, but I used to jog like every 2-3 days. I used to go for like 4-5 kilometers, 10-kilometer jog and all that. So at least I had little bit of that
Prep.
exercise
Yeah.
in it. These are all uncle 45, 50, all like veterans of climbing. They climbed in Nepal and all that. So they were like
Yeah,
"Dude,
also
are you sure you
45
want to go for this?"
Yeah, 45, 50-year-old Russian uncles are not like Indian uncles. They're extremely
Yeah,
fit.
they're very fit.
They're very
Yeah,
fit. They're very athletic, and like in their free time, Russians do like to do sport. You know, so
Yeah.
they're all most Russians you'll see are quite fit.
It's part of their culture.
Yeah, or even if like the Russian uncle who smokes like a full pack of cigarettes in that old kind of cars, even though he has a pot belly, he must be like insanely strong. You know, part of the Russian culture. So. And I like to do all these kind of adventure things and also I was like, yeah, I'll go give it a shot. So I went and everything, and it was
What is the dangerous aspect of it? Like
dangerous
bears
aspect
or
is
cold or
like, so
Cold
you
bears.
reach one peak of the mountain and you feel like, okay, you have already reached. Then they're like, no, you have to go the next peak. You reach the next peak, you'll feel like you have to go another peak. And a week before I went, a group of Russian girls, they went as a team, and then they got lost because suddenly a fog came in.
Oh my
So
god.
they all got lost. Some of them fell off the mountain and some of them froze to death.
Oh
If you don't place your leg in the correct position, right, there's a lot of ice which is very slippery. You slip on that ice, you go down the mountain, slide down the mountain.
And that's it. Like,
That's it.
yeah. Is that the most dangerous thing you've done?
Yeah, I think
So
that
far.
that is.
No, the most dangerous thing he's ever done is live in Gudur.
Yeah.
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
Gudur. So I lived in Andhra, and if you compare Andhra to Kerala, it's not as developed. And in the villages and all, when it's like.
No, tell us why you lived in Andhra.
So I
Not
wanted
just
to.
Andhra, like this is a tiny village in the middle of Andhra Pradesh, right?
Yeah. So after I came back from China, I was learning the seafood industry and everything, because China is a big buyer of seafood. So I was like, okay, I should go and work in a factory and learn how to about
Yeah.
shrimp and everything. So after that, I got a proposal like whether I should invest in a farm and then do farming of shrimp and everything. So I went and worked in a farm. So this farm is like, it's not like in a city area. It's like a remote, like a small village type of place. So I was like, okay, I'll take up the challenge. I went. Bro, it's like they don't have proper infrastructure. It's like broken down. I used to live in like a broken down hut, and like there'll be like a wall full of lizard. It
Oh
was
my
like
God.
very, very bad living conditions. And morning when you wake up, there's like a family of chicken inside your room. So they're all waiting for you to open the door so they can go out. It's so cute. Okay.
What about the rats?
And full there's rats on the ceiling, and then snakes versus snake. They're like so there's another guy sleeping next to me, there's a worker there. So and the bed is like a straw kind of a bed.
Yeah, we
you
call
know?
it khatia.
Yeah, you'll see it
Yeah.
in like in Rajasthan villages
Yeah,
and all that.
Yeah.
And to sleep something like that. And it's like the full place is dirty, like full cobwebs and everything. And so I was like, snake has from that gap, snake has fallen. He's like, yeah, so many times I just take it and throw it. I was like, oh, thank Lord, that is not motivating at all.
Oh my god.
Then you wake up early morning. There's like a small pipe from that we'll fill water, then have a bath. Then straight to work. Morning 6 o'clock, you get into you have to go check the feed, whether the shrimp is eating properly. Then, so I sucked at driving the bike.
Sid went from eating shrimp to seeing if the
I think
shrimp is eating.
I fell in that shrimp shitty water, I think 3 times, and I've killed, I've annihilated, I think, 1,000 shrimps.
How did you fall into the?
So, bike ഓടിക്കണം.
This is the funniest story.
ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ലൈഫിൽ ആദ്യ പ്രാവശ്യം ബൈക്ക് ഓടിക്കണേ. So first time I'm riding a bike.
Yeah.
അപ്പോൾ so they taught me, so I somehow learned because so it's like a big farm. So you need to go in the bike to go give the feed because you cannot walk everywhere. So the road is so each like pond is like a square, like a rectangle. So
Yeah.
there are the roads there are very, very small for those.
Narrow
narrow,
roads,
yeah.
very narrow.
Very
roads.
narrow roads. You make one small left, you slip
You're in the
or
water.
this thing, you and the bike is also in the water. So I think I have fallen 3 times. So those guys are like, Siddharth sir, വെള്ളത്തിൽ വീണിട്ടുണ്ട്. Come fast. And I had to pull the bike out, so you need a lot of
That's
strength. So I
hard,
pulled it
yeah.
out and all, but it's like shitty, dirty water, like where they
Yeah.
grow the shrimp. I think the shrimp guys have probably cursing me from heaven because I probably massacred 1,000 of their cousins each time I
My
fall.
God.
But it's very interesting to see how shrimp grows and everything. And
The
but
whole
then-
living experience would be so interesting.
yeah, living space. This thing. So
Where did you take a shit?
You could have to either take a shit in the like the forest or the other like the workers' toilets, or Madhwankar had a guest house.
Okay.
So sometimes I would sneak in the key and go use that toilet.
Okay.
Other times it's nature's call.
Nature.
You're out in the open.
Yeah, that's how people there. This thing.
Even on treks and stuff, you have to take it out in the open.
Yeah, and during camping in Kamchatka, you have to take a shit.
Yeah, the camping comes okay if you take a shit for sure outside.
Fuck.
So you like kneel down and then take a
No,
shit?
this is not
You
fun.
don't
So
kneel down and take a shit.
I mean, like whatever,
Squat.
like squatting position.
in our
Yeah.
family, we need time to shit. We're not fast shitters.
Out in an entire family.
We need luxury shit. So what I did, I used to wake up earlier than everybody. Put the alarm because from 5:30 onwards, 6 o'clock we have to get out to start hiking.
Yeah.
So from base camp. So I would wake up at like 5 o'clock, put the alarm so that I can go there.
Take
And
a,
it's freezing. You have to take out your clothes and you're in a tent and it's freezing and you have to shake a shit. And you have to put your legs between both the things. Because otherwise
Yeah.
you'll fall into that pot
bit-
full of shit.
Yeah.
Then if you take the mud and then put
Scoop it,
it,
cover it,
back,
yeah.
scoop it back up. But
So when I went on a trek once,
Yeah.
it's the same situation, right? So they have this tent where they dig a hole. So you go in, you pee, shit, whatever, and then you cover it, right? I had a friend, and this is like the 5th day into trekking, and you're not showering on treks, right? Because there's no like facilities or anything. So I have a friend, he's gone into shit, and it was really windy, okay? So usually they harness your tent down so it doesn't fall. But the wind was really bad, okay, this time. And the tent fell. This guy has gone right into the pit.
oh
my
my god.
And he can't take a shower.
Oh, that is disgusting.
Yeah.
That is so sad.
That is horrible.
It was so
I
bad.
would never. I'll just come and I'll jump off the mountain.
there.
Yeah, it's done. What's the point?
Senpaku.
Yeah. What's the point of that life?
I feel like Sharan won't survive a trek.
I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like me going on a track would
This
be
guy-
great content.
Yeah, it'd be really funny.
Your normal toilet he won't be able to use. That only the
No, but that's a skill he has. He can shit anywhere. Like,
He can shit anywhere, but he won't be happy about
yeah,
it.
he won't be happy. He
I'm
won't be happy.
happy.
Yeah.
But he gets into so many situations where he needs to shit in random places and then he
Apu's
figures
also
it
like that. She'll never say that she wants to shit in nice places. She'll be like, why don't we go to Pondicherry? So we were living in Oroville. She said, why don't we go to Pondicherry for coffee? I'm like, okay, understood. She wants to go there to poop.
I really want to see Sharan on a trek, actually.
I feel like I would hate every moment of it.
We'll need a full helicopter to go,
Yeah,
escort him
take him back.
He will cause chaos there. They're like, please. They'll call the Prime Minister and everything.
So wait, how do you wash your ass?
Wet tissues.
Yeah.
So I bought like stack of wet tissues with me in my bag. So that just use that to clean.
You have to ration it
It's
also.
not
Like
very
only,
clean. Huh?
Huh?
It's not very clean.
No, I mean,
No, it's very clean because you use a lot of wet tissues, no?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not as clean as using a bidet, but
Yeah.
Like,
You
I
have
feel
to
like if I go on a trek, I
compromise.
would want one guy to come with a bidet with.
Sharan.
He's just the
just to
bidet
wash
guy.
your ass.
He's just the bidet guy.
I also carry bottled water
Yeah.
Oh.
from the. You can take it from the streams and everything. So that water we use too.
It's just
But
by
that's the really cold water, no? Cold water on your ass doesn't really clean anything.
What do you mean?
It's
Water
still
is water.
Cold
Warm or
water.
cold.
You need hot water.
Your ass
You're diluting the
your
shit
ass will
out.
freeze when you do it.
Oh,
So
yeah,
using
yeah.
wet tissues is the best.
Yeah, even I use wet tissues.
Yeah, I feel like
You
I
know,
need a
just be
guy.
glad you don't get loose motion or something that.
Oh my god.
So in some places in like towards the Arctic Circle and all, when people go hiking and camping and stuff, they pee into a bottle and they sleep with that bottle in the sleeping bag so
No,
that
it's
it keeps
warm.
them warm.
Damn,
That's
that's
the kind of
nuts.
shit you need to do. Yeah. I feel like it would be great content. I think you should do it.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be great.
Trekking is
content.
just walking with extra steps and like it's just harder.
But
I'm not on this trek.
on an
with you.
incline.
I don't know, incline.
you'll get great sleep because like you do like
You're so tired, yeah.
almost like 40 kilometers a day.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
like
Nuts.
so by the time you reach this thing you're already
And
dead.
you don't know who you'll
Yeah,
wake up
I
next to, a bear, a Russian
If a
man.
bear comes also, you will not even know. So apparently when we were in the camp, we could hear a growl of a bear from
Oh my God.
nearby distance.
That was just a Russian guy, bro.
Just a Russian guy shitting. Early in the morning.
Or a drunk Russian guy. But it was good. We had a lot of we had to drink rum and all to keep ourselves warm.
Warm.
So and the food that you have, like you'd have these canned sardines, and I normally can't have fish, but this apparently this I could have,
Whoa,
we used to
that's
put
a
it.
big risk to take.
That's a big risk because I was so
In the middle
hungry.
of fucking nowhere.
I think allergy was like, okay, I will not come this time because I understand
You're
hungry.
allergic to fish.
I'm allergic to fish, no. So we used to have the sardines with bread. It tasted insanely
Yeah.
good. And then they'll have like a shot of rum, and that's all you need. You're sorted to go for the rest of
Yeah.
the trek. And we'd carry chocolates. So every 2-3 days, luckily we used to stop in so Russia had these like small cottages, like a pay and stay hotel,
Mm-hmm.
and they're so cozy. Like we would all cook in that one. There's another cabin where you can cook,
Yeah.
and then there's these small these grocery stores everywhere, like every 10 kilometers, and then you
Yeah.
buy beer, have a beer, and everything. It's very, very nice.
Out of all the places you've lived in Switzerland, Gudur, Dubai, China.
China,
Bombay.
Bombay, then what else?
Kochi, obviously.
Switzerland,
Which is your favorite?
Yeah, or which is your favorite and which has been the hardest?
which is my favorite.
And which is the hardest?
Bombay has been my favorite, without a doubt. But hardest, I think, is Switzerland.
Switzerland was the hardest.
Yeah, Switzerland's hard.
Man has
Switzerland's harder than Gudur.
stayed in Andhra Pradesh and Switzerland. And Switzerland
No,
was
no,
harder.
no, I think I think Andhra is the hardest.
Andhra
Andhra is
is
the
the
hardest.
hardest.
Switzerland's hard because everything closes so early,
Okay.
so you have to really plan everything.
And in Andhra, nothing ever opened. So
Nothing is ever.
Andhra, my chilling area was. After I worked in the factory, there was petrol pump. There was one bakery. I was going chill there. That was my chilling. And because he knows how much I love food, so that was giving the most comfort to the place. And there was one cafe coffee day. I think I've given more business to that cafe coffee day than anybody else.
And you willingly put yourself through all of this.
Yeah, I willingly put myself because I thought that business will do really well for
Yeah.
me. So I knew I had to go through that grind.
Yeah,
There's no other way.
No, but that way, I feel like, and this is my observation as an outsider, amongst all
no, you don't need to observe me.
amongst all
No
your
need.
cousins, I feel like he's the one who can adjust into any environment.
Yeah, I think that as well.
I feel like the cousins. I think Siddha and Aryan both. I can't adjust to anything.
No, I feel like Aryan still needs
I still
like
need
certain things.
Yes,
Like I'll
Sid
mentally
can
not do well if I'm trying to adjust.
Yeah.
So this
So
like
this
raw
is-
dogging everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think even Vaishu can also adjust to everything. Unless it's like anything regarding corporate, she can adjust. But about
Life-wise.
cleanliness and those kind of things, I don't think.
A mountain in Kamchatka, there's nothing corporate.
There's nothing
Yeah,
corporate
there's nothing corporate about that.
Wait, do you want to tell us about the Taj Hotel story?
Oh, right. So I'm not a believer of ghosts and all that kind of things.
One second before I just want to give context. So Sid studied hospitality management, and you interned at the Taj, or you worked there.
I
you
interned.
You interned at the Taj Mahal Hotel
Yeah.
in Mumbai,
The one in Kolaba.
the one in Colaba where the terrorist attack happened.
So this happened
So-
after or before the terrorist attack?
This happened, I was there after the terrorist attack. I think 2 or 3 years after the terrorist attack was when I started interning there. So, how it was is, we used to work very, very long hours. So, start like 5, maybe like 14 hours and all for guys. Girls would be slightly lesser because they had to go home early and stuff, right? So, there were a lot of ghost stories that was being told while I was working there. So, some people used to say that most of the terrorist attacks that happen in the old part of
Taj.
The more luxurious.
the more old part, for context, old part is the more luxurious part,
Yeah.
and that's where all dignitaries, big businessmen, when they come, they stay. So they were targeted more than the normal ones. So they're saying that there's a lift for where they bring all this room
Service,
service and all
yeah.
that. So you will see one lady in white walking, like the lift door doesn't open, she just goes through it. Some people say that. Some people say the general manager was killed in his own quarters.
Yeah.
And if you move the seat, the housekeeping would say that the seat would go back to its original position after some time. So I was like, I never used to believe all these things. But I had a strange experience. So I was working till, first of all, that old palace is very eerie. Like there's no like sound at all. And it's built in that old Rajasthan style, like kind of
Yeah.
interior and everything. So I report to the learning and development office. So I'd finished my shift. So my boss had left early. He said, Siddharth, when you go home, you have to work till this time. When you go home, just switch off all the lights and go. And off the coffee machine and everything. I was like, okay. So I was just about to off everything, close the coffee machine. I was going to put it off.
What time
Just-
is this?
This is like 3 in the morning. So I was going to put everything off, go home, and everything, and then a lady who's dressed in the front office.
Uniform.
They wear a sari,
Yeah.
like a red color sari. She walks in. Bro, her eyes, I've never seen somebody have so much like full of kajal and eyes. So I'm like a bit freaked out really now because the light is, because I switched off the light and she entered. So she's like, hi, can I just have a coffee? I'm like, I'm actually closing, so can you please make it quick? You can have, but just make it quick and you can go. So I was asking her, so I was like, where do you work? She's like, I work in the front office. So I was like, but I've never seen you there. She's like, I used to work there for many years before. Many years before, then why are you here now? I'm like, okay, don't act scared, don't act scared. So, but bro, like I looked at her face, it was like full of dark kajal. And then, so she has a coffee and she goes. Luckily, the ghost decided to spare me because I gave her coffee. So the next day I went to front office. So I was like, have you seen some lady like this? They're like, no, there's never any lady who worked like this. I was like, oh shit, what was that then, you know? But yeah, so this was a like
Yeah.
So
sort
you're
of like
sure that was a ghost?
I think it's a ghost, but I don't know.
Or maybe somebody
Can
ordered
be.
free coffee in Taj and then dressed up like this.
Yeah, but that never happened because
That won't happen, no? That's fucked up.
the security is very strong.
But you've had like such freaky incidents even otherwise.
Yeah.
The exorcism incident.
Yeah, but that was actually the lack of sleep because they say that you get seizure if you don't take care of your health and you don't sleep. There's a high chance of getting a seizure. I don't think it's because of the movie.
Wait, what is this about?
So when I was studying in China, so I was preparing for my exams, and like I should barely sleep because it's so hard to study for exams. You study like most of the time. So I was like watching Exorcism at night to like just chill and stuff.
You're watching Exorcism to chill.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know. I like ghost movies and stuff. So I was like,
This is recommended by the Taj lady.
She's in it actually.
so like morning I wake up and I'm not able to. I'm on the
So
floor.
wait, you were slept off
I
while
fell
watching.
asleep while watching. So the movie I think finished or something. I fell asleep with the laptop open and like I woke up in the morning. I'm like semi-conscious, like semi-unconscious, and then I can't raise both my arms. So, and I'm like groaning, and then they break into my
Like you're making like not a lot of noise.
lot of noise. I'm groaning, and because of the pain, I think I went unconscious, like so I'm semi-conscious, and so then the principal of the school comes in, and then they like put
Take
me in
Like
that.
they heard you through the door.
They heard me through the door. I think the neighboring, there was a girl, one very nice couple, so they went and told. They also came with me to the hospital. And then I'm not able to lift both my arms. Both my arms got dislocated
In your sleep.
in my sleep. So can you imagine the amount of force that it generated to dislocate both your arms?
Yeah.
So then we checked. We called and see like, should we put the what do you have to do? Should we operate it? But then Indian doctors said that you should not operate it because once you operate it, your joints will never be the same. So they like, why don't you bring him to do this thing,
India.
put a cast? So they put me like on a. So I look like some fugitive when I came. You know, both my arms like
jacket,
this,
yeah.
like a straight jacket. And then over here they took me to Amrita, and then they put me on a sedative, and they put the thing back, and then
Oh
I had to
my
do a lot of
God.
mobility exercises to bring it back.
But now everything's fine.
Now it's very, it's fine, but the muscles are all that tight, so I have to keep doing like stretching and all that kind of things.
I just want to say
Yeah,
that.
please talk about the walkway.
Yeah, no. Before that, I just want to say that there's the character in the movie also has seizure, right?
I think but sleeping the demon goes inside, so he gets a seizure.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
I don't know. I think this is just coincidence.
one of the doctors said
What a
that
crazy coincidence.
one of the doctors said that there's like sometimes even when you go to sleep, your subconscious is alive, right? Like it's working. So the last thing Siddharth saw before going to sleep was that demon getting into the body and the body having a seizure in what is that movie? Emily Rose.
Exorcism of
Exorcism.
Emily Rose.
Exorcism of Emily Rose. And that's exactly what happened to him. So this doctor said that sometimes your subconscious is so powerful that it takes control of your body, and that's why he had the seizure.
That's
Yeah. It's also a slight possibility, you never know. But
That's so freaky.
That's so
yeah, some interesting experiences.
Yeah. And then after so he came back. I still remember. I still remember Appu texting me saying Siddharth broke his back. I'm like, so he's in China. We have not seen him for 2 years. So I think I'm getting, Siddharth broke his back. I'm like, what do you mean broke his back? That means he's invalid forever. Like
Yeah.
he's like he broke his back in the gym. Because like there was so much misinformation, nobody knew what
Family
was
group,
going on. Like
nobody
nobody could
knew actually
explain
what
that
happened.
he was sleeping and then he dislocated both the shoulders. Then first time I meet him, he's like this in the hospital. He's like this so, because both arms are fucked, right?
Yeah.
Then 2 weeks later, they said you have to do physio. But Siddharth's always been into fitness. So one day I'm driving in Panampinagar. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's hot. Like
it's hot as hot can get.
Dude with a straight jacket running.
There is a dude like this. His hands are like
Arms are
this.
folded.
Both in casts.
Wearing track pants full tucked in. Running at full speed. And as he's running past people, everybody's turning around and look who the person is. Because they're like, who is this person running? You know,
They
Siddharth.
must be like it's a new fitness
Yeah.
Or
technique.
must be a fugitive out on the loose.
Yeah.
The cops.
And he's wearing like grey and white. Full speed is running.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I'll
bro.
never forget that sight ever.
It's funny as fuck.
I was obsessed about fitness. It's like,
You're still obsessed about fitness. Every time I meet Siddharth, he's learning a new sport. He's learning a new form of exercise.
yeah, just like,
Talking about being
Can you please
obsessed.
talk about the bet?
Yeah, talking about being obsessed with fitness, we have Sid and I have put a bet.
yeah.
You wanna tell them or you?
So the bet is like for March, by March, end of March, I'll get abs. And if I get abs, he has to buy me a Rolex. And if I don't get, then I have to buy him an Omega.
Yeah, but when I say abs, I mean like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 6. But even if it's shown a little bit.
No, with proper definition like Shah Rukh Khan and Chamak Chalo.
That's not bad. Just 60, just to show. You can draw it on also a little bit.
It has
Shah
to
Rukh
show
Khan has drawn it
properly.
on.
Is that to show properly 6?
Yeah.
We'll do a little contouring and
Yeah,
everything.
look contouring, bronzing.
Bronzing.
And
What's-
the light and everything.
What's the progress been like so far?
Pretty good. I lost like around 5 to 6 kilos, which is quite good. But I will lose much more. But last week you'll probably see me like doing Dundee March or something. You know?
Salt.
Will recognize me.
God.
You think you'll win?
I think so because I think Sharan knows of that my special plan. I don't know why I say my special plan to my enemy. I'm just too excited to speak about it.
What is it? What is your special plan?
So I'm planning to go to Thailand for like a month or two to train
Oh yeah?
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai.
Yeah,
Phuket.
like for full intensive morning to night kind of a program. So that should technically
Oh
get
my
me
god,
shredded.
that's insane.
Imagine that Sid has kids. Like the dad lore will be
Yeah,
insane.
there's so many stories.
So many stories, so many places he's been in.
Yeah,
It's a life lived.
Yeah.
been to a lot of places.
Dad,
I
how do you
feel
speak
like
Thai? Oh, I was there for 2 months training
Yeah.
To beat your uncle.
to meet your uncle, my
I
rival.
feel like Thailand you shouldn't go, bro. Just
Why-
chill,
why,
just
Sharan?
Chill, bro. It's relax.
Yeah, I'll chill there.
When I
Knowing
put
him,
the
he will land up in Thailand.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
with
a-
Thailand with burgers and chips and
Yeah.
all that while I'm like having fish and boiled fish and boiled chicken.
So Sid is very disciplined and Sharan's equally
Undisciplined.
Yeah.
Chaotic.
And Sid is so nice that he will tell Sharan exactly what he loves, what he's craving, and how he can't have it. And Sharan, being the devil that he is,
Like taking mental notes.
yeah,
yeah, this guy
He
has
knows
some
what I like.
serious dedication. Like when we were in Dubai this time, like we used to go out and eat pizza, burgers, whatnot, and he used to have like food from home. Like
boiled eggs.
he used to
sweet
bring food from
potato.
home and have it in the
I
restaurant.
think
with us.
he had a footage of me eating my eggs in the car. But then I have extremes. So like when I go off, I go like extremely off, which is actually the worst thing to do to your body. It's
Yeah.
like if you can actually balance and have a cheat meal or once in a while, which I think Aryan is very good at. Like
He's really good at cheat meals. Yeah,
no, I mean, he's very
damn,
good.
you really threw him under the bus, man. He's really good at cheat meals.
He's very good at balancing things, but I can't balance. Like I need to go like all either it's fully healthy or fully like in the junk food thing. So yeah.
Bro, I just think life is too short, bro. You have the pizzas you want. You
Shut
have
the
the
fuck up,
burgers.
man.
Your life will just get shorter.
Oh my
No,
god.
I've said gets 6-pack abs, I'll cry.
Get your bank balance ready, brother.
I will die. Like, I will die.
How much is the Rolex one?
We have put a cap of 5 lakhs. He has to find a Rolex which is 5 lakhs.
Yeah, I think it'll be 5 lakhs. But your Omega, I think, is more expensive.
How much is the Omega?
Like,
Omega 6-7
I've
lakhs.
set up a bet where my chance of losing are much more.
And what you're losing is also much more.
Yeah, but if I gain, the amount of gains will be too much.
Yeah, gains and
Jacked watch, G-Wagon.
gains.
G-Wagon is another bet, but that we'll talk about on a
Another
different
time.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it been living in Dubai?
Living in Dubai is really nice, actually. So I'll be lying if I say it's not nice. It's very, very nice. Things are very convenient there, and it's very easy to do business. It's very easy to like. People are not as stuck up like in Dubai, like as to other places. You know that like you'll meet some big guy, big shot CEO, some company. You can easily go and talk to him. People are like willing to help each other, which I really like about Dubai. But obviously, like every place, Dubai is also not perfect, and it has its own challenges and stuff. And cost of living is
Very
going up
high.
like crazy there. Like this year itself, for example, rent has gone up by 20%. So it's making it much more difficult for normal people to find a job. But I think they're trying to attract people with more talent now in Dubai than ever. So yeah, living in Dubai is actually really nice.
And I think it's also a great place for business
Yeah.
because you can always collaborate with different people from different walks of life. Everybody's just there to like actually do something.
Something, yeah.
With whatever, whether they have talent or money or whatever, they just want to sort of invest their time and effort. So I think Dubai is great business wise.
Yeah, it's great business wise. You see a lot of shift of lot of like smart entrepreneurs now moving to Dubai
Yeah.
and those kind of thing. But like every place, it has also got its own.
Yeah, it's challenging. It's not
challenging,
easy
difficult.
to
People sometimes
make it.
glorify Dubai more than they need to, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, Dubai is the ultimate place." Yeah, Dubai is a nice place. It's good. It gives you opportunities, but yeah, it also has its own
Yeah,
issues
yeah,
and-
yeah.
and
You never
drawbacks
see
in it.
that side of it. But
Yeah, like
Like
people assume that everybody in Dubai is rich.
yeah.
There is a lot of rich people in Dubai, definitely. But that's still a very small percent. There's a lot of people who have to struggle, take the metro, live in small partitions, places, who are trying to earn enough money so they can build a house back in Kerala or
Send it back home, basically.
back home. You know, so there's that part also which a lot of people don't see. But like sometimes Dubai gets a lot of hate. They're like, oh, why are you using cheap labor? No, it's not cheap labor. They're given a chance to make much more money than they are back home. Do you think that in India that the workers live in better conditions or in other countries? No, it's not like that. It's just that I think because Dubai being a very popular place, they put under more scrutiny. But I think Saudi also is now another place that has huge
Booming.
potential.
You were there in Riyadh.
I was
for a
there in
while, no?
Saudi, and it's like completely changed to how it was, say, 6 years back. Some of the officers that took my passport were all women, and you know,
That might
though
just be
alcohol is
because
still
you're
not
handsome, bro.
available. Huh?
That might just be because you're handsome.
Probably. But you know,
Yeah, they have like a great vision for their future. And they're
Yeah.
really trying. Like,
they're trying really hard. Like they have these government centers in Dubai for all these big conferences. Like young people are coming in, like welcome you to the boards. They're like, do you want to invest in Saudi? We'll give you this. We'll do that for you. This, that. So they're trying their best to attract a lot of talented people.
Yeah.
But it's still going to take time. So they're saying hopefully by 2030 they want to achieve all those things. But yeah, we'll see.
What you said Dubai has a lot of business opportunities. What business are you doing in Dubai now?
So I have I run a holiday home company. So we have 6 apartments in prime areas of Dubai. So you know, if anybody wants to come to Dubai and live in nice apartment, wants to look at the Burj Khalifa, chill with their family, or we have the perfect apartments for that.
If they want you to hang out with them, do they have to pay extra?
Yeah, I'll charge by hour.
but it's an option.
He's a prostitute.
Okay, how much would you actually charge per hour?
$1,000.
Damn.
Wait, so how does this this business work? Like, what's the...
So it's like people can book directly through
Your
Airbnb. So I have
website
links. So I'm also on the work of creating a website. So it's not yet. I've not yet released it because I'm not very happy with the product. But hopefully this year we'll get a very decent one. But we are trying to make another very nice website as well. So I have certain links of my apartment, so I can like even send it to people
Yeah.
if they want to book, and we
But
take
right
care
now
of.
it's primarily via Airbnb.
Yeah, and we also have we also offering like chauffeur service, which we charge extra for that.
Hmm.
Like we'll have a driver who'll pick you up, who'll drop you, and
That's pretty sick.
we also give recommendations, personal recommendations to
Yeah.
which restaurants are good, where to go visit.
Basically, like an itinerary of what to do.
So and the apartment will be clean when you check in. After that, if you need more cleaning, like okay, you stay there for like a week and you need more cleaning, we'll charge you a separate fee.
But like, how does the Airbnb business work? How do you make money out of it?
So you make money because, for example, say a 2-bedroom apartment is 150,000 dirhams to rent in Dubai
For how long?
for like a year. So you have to first take one apartment for to rent, and the owner has to give you an NOC, which is a non-objection certificate,
Yeah.
so that you can use his apartment as a holiday home. So he's giving you basically approval to use the apartment as a holiday home. So once you get the approval, there's a Dubai Tourism Committee called DTCM. They have to send you a link. The owner has to approve it. Then you have gotten approval to operate that apartment as a
Holiday.
holiday home. So, for example, you have taken that apartment for 150,000. It costs around 50,000 dirhams
Do it up.
to furnish it, like at the high end.
Mm.
Like some people do lesser as well, but at most 50,000. Some people want to do it even more fancier. They put 60,000.
But this 150,000 you're paying the owner, that you're paying immediately?
No,
or-
so you don't pay it immediately. You pay in 4 checks. So you get money to rotate. You're only paying like divided by 4
Yeah.
of
Every
that
3
rent.
months.
Yeah, so every 3 months you have to pay that.
Yeah. Close to 30, 35.
Yeah. So then, so basically, furniture costs you would divide it into 3 years. So after 3 years, you start making a profit. But the trick is, so we try to aim for like 20% profit at least. But sometimes conservatively you'll only get 15%. So 20% net profit over the every year we try to aim for. So that's how the business basically works. And so the big money you start making when you have, say, 25. Did a simple math. If you get 25 apartments, you make around 1 crore a month.
But this 150,000...
1 crore rupees.
This 150,000, 50,000 dirham apartment per day, how much like can you charge?
So we try to stick for, so obviously we try to stick for 600, 500, 400 dirhams. And during season, we start 1,000, 2,000, and in December, usually these apartments should go for 3,000, 4,000 and all. So it all depends on what the competitors also charging. So we have to open, the months before, so that people get time to book for December and stuff.
yeah.
So if you screw up that opening the dates itself, your apartments don't get booked out. So it's a lot of technicality things involved. This year we were
You're like
learning to trial and error.
Mm.
But it's a very tough business because there is around, I think, 20,000 companies in Dubai alone.
Doing this Airbnb. business.
Airbnb.
Yeah.
It's really.
And every few months you'll see some new companies opening up.
Yeah.
And so there's a company called Blue Ground, which is the largest Airbnb operator. They have some 100,000 properties across the world.
Oh my god.
And they have in Dubai itself some 1,000 apartments, 1,000, 2,000 apartments. So you have to compete with them. And the thing is, when they buy furniture, they buy what we specialize is that we provide unique furnishing, unique interiors for every single apartment. But what they do, they standardize for all the apartments the
Everything
same
is the
thing.
same.
So they buy in bulk, so they get furniture for very, very cheap. Or they get really good credit rates and stuff like that. So if competing with them is not easy, but we're learning, and so far things are going decent, not where we want it to be, but next year things are supposed to improve and stuff. So that's what we do. But eventually what I want to do is get into developing luxury villas, because that's what I'm really passionate about.
Yeah.
But that requires substantial capital.
Capital.
So waiting to raise that kind of capital to start that business. I think Dubai, it's a great place for you, like having a family, like having children. If you earn like, say, 30,000 dirhams a month, you have a pretty decent life actually. You can save, you can invest in like stocks or whatever.
Yeah.
you can have a little bit of travel, go back to India, meet your parents and stuff. And, yeah, it's a nice place to live. But if you like nature, I don't think it's the best place.
Yeah, it's very artificial.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's so centrally located. You can take a flight and go
Yeah.
anywhere you want.
That's the best part, I feel.
Yeah, and it's very close to Kerala, and I think even more closer if you're living in Bombay or whatever.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like you spend half an hour more and you're in Dubai versus like even Kochi to Delhi is 3 hours by flight, and it's more or less the same price.
Yeah, that's true.
So how is it like, being an influencer in India, and do you guys plan to go to other markets, or what are the things you like and the challenges and stuff that maybe you guys face?
Honestly, I love the life because it's your own boss, which was never the case with me. I was always working at a place. So for me, that aspect has been very interesting. More so because I never thought I had it in me to do this, because I was always someone growing up. I always knew I wanted to work somewhere. It was never like, oh, I want to start something of my own. I want to be the person who's in charge of making the decisions. I wanted all that dirty work to have been done by someone else, and they give me instructions. I execute the work. I'm happy. They're happy, because I know I can execute really well. So this has been very challenging in that front, but very interesting learnings in terms of how like the market works, how brands think, what sort of marketing works. So for me, it's been very interesting. Definitely want to move to a more global space. But I think right now, the Indian economy is doing great things. India is where the money is at. India is where like the eyeballs are at. So I don't think I'll ever completely go away from India, but I do want to go more global as well.
Yeah.
Would you ever want to get into influencing?
Not as of now, because I think it requires a lot of courage to put yourself out there, and sometimes you get a lot of love and support, but at the same time you get a lot of critiques as well.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I just like to the reason why I deleted my previous account is because I didn't want to be involved in social media that much. I wanted to be more low profile. So and then first achieve what I want to achieve, then probably think of getting into social media. But I think the business also social media helps a lot.
Requires, yeah.
Because nowadays, like, most people look at businesses through social media. Like, you search for something on
Yeah.
Instagram, and you
Businesses
can search for
are now
anything.
content driven.
Content driven. But it takes a certain kind of people to be willing to put yourself out
Yeah.
there, and know that there are a lot of people who like your stuff, and there are a lot of people who don't agree with you,
Yeah.
don't like you, and they might leave harsh things. So I don't think I'm ready for that as of now.
But I think your fashion sense is so good. Like,
I don't know. I think the past 2-3 years it's like changed a lot.
yeah.
Like
I don't know. I find it like impeccable how every time I meet Sid, he's like got some like a new personality. Like his fashion tells you like he's in this phase of life. And every time I meet him, I want to steal something of his or buy the same thing. So this time also, Sid has
Yes.
this one bag.
uh,
The bag.
my favorite bag.
So I've been seeing Sid carry the same bag, around
Yeah.
for like the past year. And I was like, I really like this bag. Maybe if I say it to him every single day, he'll give it to me. And then I was like, you know what, I'm too tired of waiting.
You just got it.
So I went and I bought it. And before that, Sid used to guard his bag with his life.
He gave me warnings. I was tying my bag.
So yeah, but I think I love how you're so fashion forward. Like you experiment.
Yeah, I love fashion, and I got inspired a lot by Aryan, because Aryan has a very unique style, and so I should look at this and look, okay, if I wear like things like this, if I wear things like this.
For me, it's the other way around. Like, even when it comes to music, I feel like when you have elder siblings, so much of your taste in the world is influenced by them.
Yeah.
Like, for example, video games. I learned so much about video games from Sonchata. Like, what video games to buy. Like, we used to play Arkham Asylum. He convinced us to get it for the PS3 in 2010, and that was like one of the best experience ever. Sharchara introduced me to Green Day. Sid introduced me to... Both of you guys used to listen to Linkin Park and Jay-Z's
Then Bohemia
album together.
also.
Yeah,
Khalid
Bohemia.
Denali.
Yeah. So that as a younger sibling, I feel like you get so much of your personality from your elder siblings.
Yeah.
So much so that in 2019, Sid was in China.
Yeah.
And I used to go to Konturti a lot. I used to take a shower in his bathroom. And every day I'll try on his clothes. I'll wear his clothes out. And like so much of my wardrobe
Yeah,
was
so like-
influenced by the stuff.
I used to go to SMS and find some of my clothes. They were like, how did this work? I'm like, I've been looking for this pant for ages now.
And the thing is, I used to have this at Chatchet as well. But my problem is I'll spill stuff. And then
Bro,
it
I
got
used to
to a-
be shit scared.
if you
now,
try his clothes
now
on, right?
to be honest, now suddenly he's become chill. But bro, I remember growing up with him, bro. I would like tremble to borrow his Manchester United jersey. And if there is one dot, means rest in peace. He will hang you up on a pole.
Yeah, you're like fucked. You're like, so I used to have this white hoodie and I rubbed some iced tea on it. And oh my, like going home, I was like, I can't go home. I gotta move to another country. I gotta figure a way
Start a
to
new
survive.
life.
Yeah, I gotta start a new life. I was like 12, bro. Like, but that way, Sonjata was a lot more chill. So like, yeah, even now, like if you go to my cupboard, you'll see so many of his clothes just hanging there. It'll be just like stuff I own. And that way, like, I don't,
Like, so this is like there are still clothes in here.
He's like, I'm getting PTSD flashbacks right now.
in that way, like I feel like growing up with siblings is it's also very fortunate because like
But honestly, like, not just about like the clothes thing. Like, about money, this guy will give you any amount of money.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one of his friends was taking an auto once. Bro handed out like some 2,000 rupees in his pocket and just gave it. And me and Shubhajit is listening like, Sharan, what the hell are you doing? Like, just don't give money like that. Like, he's really generous. Like, you don't have to ask him. He'll just like give you money. But
That doesn't mean you guys ask me for money.
He's,
But
he's
just-
generous to the
just-
point of being stupid.
just don't measure your jerseys and mess with his jerseys and shoes. That's something that he does.
I
Like,
remember this time also in Dubai, I said, wanted to wear your McLaren jersey.
Sharan was like, I think it's a bit too tight for you. Oh, shit.
yeah, you won't outright say no. The thing about him is if you ask him for something and he says no immediately, that means it's a yes. But if he says yeah,
Yeah, I like
if
saying no first.
Yeah, he says no first because otherwise it's too easy. Like
Yeah,
he's too
yeah.
available.
He wants you to earn it.
Yeah, but if he actually doesn't want you to have something, he'll be like, but it doesn't fit you. Oh, but it's like in the wash. He'll come with like some lame excuse.
Yeah. But me and Aryan, we had a lot of similar interests. Like,
Yeah, like
manga.
Pokemon.
We still have like manga, anime, and those things
Yeah.
that we would always discuss. Video games. Sharan was not much into a video game other than FIFA and stuff.
FIFA, yeah.
But
In your-
Sonjara used to take me to internet cafes. We'll sit there.
we used to go to, so when I was growing up, we used to go to Reliance Web World. And we'll,
Oh my
and,
god.
and Dad had like 2 or 3 cars. We'd all go in like 2 or 3 cars, like a full battalion of people.
Yeah,
Of
like
a full
group
football
of
team.
people, yeah.
Like an entire football team used to go there. We'll order Java rap and then we'll sit and play Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike, yeah.
Or FIFA, whatever.
That was the shit.
Unreal Tournament. Then we'll come back. Then we'll go play football together. Like, I think we had one of the best childhoods.
Yeah.
So, since Counter-Strike name was Lone Wolf Sid. Because he wouldn't listen to anyone. He would just like
do his thing.
do his
During
own
COVID,
thing.
my COD mobile was Siddha while.
Oh God.
Okay, I have a rapid fire thing for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to know your favorite things in certain subjects. Okay. You have 3 favorite musicians.
Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar, and Offset.
Your 3 favorite Pokemon.
Charizard, Tyranitar, and Garchomp.
That answer was so quick.
Yeah. Your 3 favorite video games.
GTA,
Which?
GTA 5.
Okay.
Then Ghost of Tsushima, and Red Dead Redemption.
Your 3 favorite fashion brands.
This is a tough
Uh,
one.
This is you can say 30 of them.
Zara, Margiela, and Saint Laurent.
Top 3 dishes that you ever had.
Burger, pizzas,
It's so simple, man.
and biryani.
Okay.
Especially grand biryani.
I feel like that these answers goes to show like what a diverse number of interests
Yeah.
this guy has.
Yeah.
So many of these were influences to me. Like my interest in Pokemon came from here. My interest in video games came from here. My
What are your
interest in
favorite
music-
books?
Yo, books also. Yeah, what are your favorite books?
I liked.
He's like, bitch, asking about my
Yeah,
books.
ask me about
Yeah.
books, bro.
He's like, how dare you?
Yeah, every time I see Sid, his favorite accessory is a book.
Book, yeah.
Yeah.
He reads a lot about like non-fiction, fiction,
Politics.
Yeah, I like to read a lot about politics.
Yeah. I've always seen you with a politically charged book.
Book, yeah.
Top 3 books.
How Nations Fail. Then Murakami.
Okay.
Letters of Iwo Jima. There's a book on that as well. There's a movie on that, but there's a book on that as well. I
Okay.
like that.
Top 3 nations leaders.
This is I think I don't want to end up in a coffin. So I'm going to mention some of my favorite ones, but I think Putin.
Okay.
Putin is really good. Lee Kuan Yew is an excellent leader. And he absolutely revolutionized Singapore. Putin is a very strong leader.
Mm.
Other things I'm not going to comment on. Lee Kuan Yew is really good. Then I think Nelson Mandela was also a very good leader. Yeah.
What a lot of people don't know about Putin is that before he came into power, Russia was very unsafe for foreigners. So he made Russia safe for a lot of foreign people.
For people who are not in the country, everybody thinks he's a monster.
Yeah.
But for people in Russia living there, he's great.
The people in Russia also think he's a
It's-
monster.
It's polarized.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very polarized over there.
I mean, you
Because-
can't say
I
anything
mean,
else.
honestly, okay, I went to Russia for the first time in 2021. My
Actually, I would say
vision,
Xi Jinping also. I think he's a great leader.
my vision for Russia was very different. Like, I didn't ever imagine Russia to be what Russia was. And honestly, I found it like a great place. Like, the roads are good. Your public transport is great. Basic amenities are good.
Food is great, healthy.
Food is great, healthy. Yeah.
I mean,
Indian
food, I
food
love
tastes
Indian
better there
food,
because the
so-
produce is just better there.
Yeah.
So for me, like those basic things was like so much better. So when I compare it to India, why am I paying taxes? The roads I drive on are shit, like absolute shit. Okay, so the car I buy anyway is not gonna last me long because I'm driving over like potholes every single day. Like, and I don't know, for some reason, like it's just these basic things like public washrooms are horrible. I would rather not like use the washroom. So it's just these basic things which are so lacking. Government
Public
hospitals.
holidays.
Government
Say
hospitals.
public holidays.
No, I was going to say
Public
public
holidays not enough.
hospitals.
I feel like in that way, Russia is also so much better than the US because like you can go out at night, you can walk around in the city at like 11 in the night and it's safe.
Yeah, it's very safe.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was. I think they had skinhead issues when we were growing up,
Yeah.
but that has been they've been completely
That's what
sidelined.
that's what Putin changed.
Yeah.
Putin changed and
And what he did was very interesting. I remember Sharan telling me the story about Chechnya and appointing the most rowdy person over there as the
yeah, because
one in charge.
Chechnya has always been a feudal type of society where power beats power. So it was different clans fighting to get power of Chechnya, and there was a lot of also radicalization, like Wahhabism radicalization happening in Chechnya. So he needed, he couldn't have Chechnya to be separate, even though Chechnya was like a separate area. They are not of the same blood as of Russians are Slavic people. So, but they needed Chechnya to be part of them because they were a very strong force, very strong people. So, obviously, Russia had to invade Chechnya to take into power, but they got destroyed in the first war by Chechens, and Chechens didn't have even barely any equipment, but they're just warriors. So they destroyed Russia completely.
Brute
So then
force.
Russia had to use naval superiority to control the place, and then they started bribing the Kadyrov's son. When Kadyrov had died, and his son was the one who was now appointed the leader. But I think Russia is a place where like it is so like only the powerful actually survive. So you need somebody like Putin to control that place. Otherwise, it's not a place that will easily be run over by among different groups of people over there.
It's also so big, right? Like to unite every.
It's huge and it's multi-ethnic as well, which
Yeah.
people don't realize. It's actually multi-ethnic. But
There's like a huge history of Korean communities living there. There's a lot of people who are like from different countries in Africa that have lived there over the years. So what people think is like Russia and Moscow are like a very white place, but it's actually not. It's actually very diverse, and like people are interesting that like everyone has a political opinion, but the way you know if someone is for or against the war is if they say, if their answer is very clear, like, yeah, I think the war is good, that means they're for the war. But by and large, people are like, yeah, I'm not very political, I don't speak on those topics. And that's how you know that this person is against the war, because you can't outwardly speak against it. Like even saying the word VPN now is illegal. Like, you can be put in jail for like, I think, up to a month or something.
Another interesting thing was I got detained by the authorities when I went hiking this time because I had homeo pills.
Yo.
We're in Russia.
Yeah, and those guys, those geniuses thought it was cocaine or something. Okay, and I had the powder thing in that, you know, the homeo powder that really looks like cocaine. So they were like,
wait, sit. How do you know what cocaine looks like?
I think most people know what it looks like.
From watching Narcos.
Yeah, from watching Narcos.
Ooh, good save.
Thanks. But so bro, they detained me for 2 hours, and like these cops, okay, and they were like very aggressive. And this is not like Moscow. Moscow people are more like liberal. They've seen foreigners and all this. It's like I don't remember the place, but it's a smaller town, and they're not probably seen barely any foreigners. So like
They're not in homeo.
And the funny thing was, my YouTube history had Chechen war and all that.
Oh my god, they
So
saw that.
They checked my YouTube history and then they freaked out more because they started seeing, and I had a beard also that day when I went. So I look like I'm from some Caucasus region, Caucasus and all that. And then they took my YouTube history, and so it's about politics and stuff, and that's about. I like to watch a lot about Chechen wars in Dagestan and all. So they're like, this guy, all of you, Dagestan, Chechnya, and then Islam Basayev or something, and all these freedom fighters, Chechen freedom fighters. And so they were like, bro, what the hell is this guy? Who's this guy? Is he going to do something major? Bro, they interviewed for 2 hours. Then homeopathy, I had to use Google Translate, put my VPN on, and there was Gomiapathy or something like that in Russian. Then they're like, okay, Gomiapathy. They were like very aggressive. They tried to like intimidate me. Like, what is this? So they they're like, open your suitcase fast, quick, open. Check my suitcase for anything, nothing they could find. 2 hours they made me wait. I was like freaking out. Like, what the hell is going on, you know?
And then you went on your hike.
Then finally they allowed me. The guy, my dad's partner was there. He spoke to them on the phone. Then they let me go for a hike.
This search history reminds me of one thing. So when we were around 6th, 7th grade, I think 11, 12 years old.
Every time you talk,
Every time he talks, you can see his neck like go.
Like gulping. What is he going to say next?
So that was the time when we, like most boys around that age, started discovering porn. So this is not the time when...
I was at another level tech savvy.
Oh my god, I just remembered another story. There are 2 stories I want to say before we end this. So when we were around 11, 12, that's when Wi-Fi was just starting to come. And like there are no laptops. Everybody had like individual home computer, desktop computers, right? So guys, like we used to go to different houses, play games, surf the web, whatever. And like it was a novelty back then. It's not like as common as what it is now. So, and all the boys at that age were watching porn. And we had to go to different houses to watch porn.
Steal people's Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
basically.
steal people's Wi-Fi and stuff, and go to like your friend's house, watch porn, whatever, discover like sexuality and whatever. And so some guys didn't know how to delete history because like that was hard. Like there was no incognito mode back then.
And you didn't know that history was a thing also.
Yeah, so like some people's like if you open their laptop and you put hot, it'll say hot sexy girls or nude women. There'll be like most of our friends' searches on Google. Once we were in Siddharth's house, we wanted to. So again, we were going to watch porn or something. Some exploration was going to happen. So first guy put hot. He was going to put hot. So he pressed H, and then it'll show you what you've searched before, right? 100 hottest male models.
I'm not into men, but
He wanted to become a model back
I
then.
want to be a model, so I want to get inspiration by looking at these people to work out and all that.
Like it is 4 guys. So Sid is sitting in the back. He's playing Pokemon or something.
So they're like, man, this is some strange ass porn interest that he has.
it was like 100.
It's not about chicks, it's about guys.
100 hottest males, and we all look back at him like, Sid.
Wait, so,
Are you in it to men?
wait, so it was a group activity to watch this
Yeah,
together?
it's not like we were jacking off or anything. We just like
Yeah,
exploring.
yeah, just
It was
sharing
just
the
exploration.
view.
Yeah.
And then we had to keep it in mind and then go jack off later.
Oh my
It was-
god.
Yeah. Then there was another
Then
moment.
I had it in my PSP. I was next level.
Yeah, this is the funniest. Sid got a PSP, and by the time the rich houses had Wi-Fi, and like I remember the first time me, Sid, and all realized what Wi-Fi is. For us, it was like
Magic. Yeah.
magic. It was not real because like you're telling me that you can walk around the house, you don't have to connect anything to a modem or whatever, and you just put a password and you get Wi-Fi and you can walk around, sit in your room, do anything. So
For context, how was Wi-Fi previously connected? Like you have to take a wire from the
you have
modem.
to take a wire from the modem. You have to connect it to the laptop or the computer. And if the internet is working, then your landline is not working. There's a lot of and like it's really slow. Also, all these issues are there. And suddenly Wi-Fi comes. So Sid had Wi-Fi in his house, but that day Wi-Fi wasn't working. So what Sid did is he took out his PSP and he started walking around to see where the Wi-Fi works. So like you'll see the connection, right? So the Wi-Fi connection. So we were in a building. Sid has gone to E block. There are different blocks. Sid has gone to E block, and Sid went to
You will not mention that house.
yeah. We won't mention the house. He goes to the 10th, 11th floor, and he so like this building is very fancy. So after a certain number of floors, there's just one house in each
Like penthouses.
penthouses. Yeah. So the lift enters the person's like lobby area, and only they have access to the lobby area. So Sid enters the lobby area, realizes there's Wi-Fi, totally forgets that time and everything exists. Somehow, like back then, Wi-Fi's didn't have password. Like it was very easy to get in. He got Wi-Fi. He's on his PSP. He has forgotten the whole world. Porn, games, whatever. PSP is like the ultimate device, right?
Device, yeah.
Me and another friend of mine, we also reached E block and we are looking for Sid. And we realized he's on the 10th or 11th floor. Now this building, so this building only has one lift which goes to that floor, to the higher up floors. Me and my friend get into the lift and we are going to meet him. And I wanted to scare my friend, so I jumped in the lift because he's very scared of lifts, and we got stuck. So we got stuck in the lift means Siddharth is stuck in the house.
I'm stuck outside the house. So basically, there's a
There's a partition.
The building has a
And there's only one.
there's a gate covering the stairs.
Yeah.
So the gate to the stairs is locked, and the lifts are all like stuck. So I'm stuck in basically that floor outside that person's house.
And the person is not there in the house.
Person's not their house.
Person has gone to
Person bought
Bangalore
an
or something.
apartment and does not live there also.
Yeah. So Sid is just in that waiting area. He can't take the stairs because
But
stairs
it has
is
the
locked.
best Wi-Fi, so I used to go there to download whatever I had to download. and I'm like, oh fuck, now how do I get out of here?
So then what happened?
So Sid is stuck.
Huh.
It took them 3 hours because
Oh
this was a
my
new
God.
building. It took them 3 hours to
Fix
get
it.
me and my friend out of the lift.
So you all were at the lift for 3 hours.
Yeah, we were on the lift for 3
And
hours,
friend
but
freaked out?
their friend was freaking out, and we couldn't tell these guys that Sid is stuck on top.
Mm.
Then when they got us out, they were like, "Okay, fine, job is done." We were like, "Buddy, no,
I come
we
like
have
a
one
job
more."
not done,
Yeah,
job
job not finished. We have one more person. Then we all ran up to the 10th, 11th floor. So there's a partition here, okay, and you can see little. so there are like 20 people, aunties, uncles, kids, everyone, panicking because Sid has been stuck here for 4-5 hours now. Sid is like, yeah, I can't get out of here. The lift is still not working because they have to fix the lift now for it to work.
But you guys are still in the lift.
No, we got out of the lift. We came up to see you. Sid is on the other side watching porn. On his PSP.
But none of the aunties and uncles saw it.
Yeah,
Like,
nobody saw it. So finally Sid gets out. I was like, Sid,
I had a great time.
Sid, did you get scared? No, he's like, I had a fucking great time. I usually go there for half an hour because I'm scared something had happened. He was stuck there for 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
The same thing. So once we were in the same area, C block. Okay, and this is when my cousin, my younger brother Rahil, he was about 8 or 9 years old, and he was in the room getting ready, and my uncle, aunt, my mother and I were downstairs waiting for Rahil and my brother Abhishek to come down. So they're taking a lot of time to come down. Then we like tell them to rush, and then we had, you know, the key locks on the door. We had that for his room, and that lock broke, so you can't open the door. So Rahil is stuck inside the room. Abhishek is trying to open the door. It's not opening. So then we eventually go up. Now the room that Rahil is in has a window which is adjacent to our balcony. Okay. And my uncle is like, he's like such a passionate father. Okay, this is Tiger for reference. And he's like, I'm going to jump from the balcony into the window and I'm going to save my son and this and that. We're just like, calm down. We'll just break the door so you can walk in. And he's worried because Popo is really young, right? He's about 8 years old. So we're telling Rahil, you sit on your PS. You please just occupy yourself. Like, don't worry about anything. Then we're stopping my uncle from jumping on from the balcony because we're on the 8th floor, right? It's not easy. That's happening. All that commotion is happening. After 15-20 minutes, the door's broken and Rahil walks out. And then my uncle's like fully like in like, I don't know, he's like so scared but relieved and all of that. And Rahil has nothing to worry about. He's on his PS. He's walked out. He's not looking anywhere. He's on his PS. He's walked out of the house, reached the car. Oh God, this PS is really something else.
Yeah. At that time, like the PSP was like the ultimate device because it had like games. You could, and the processor was
Spawn.
excellent. Yeah, that.
I never knew you could download stuff on the PSP.
You could download.
Yeah.
It was
The only
very-
device
it was
I've
so
ever-
advanced, but I think it didn't sell as much as they expected, so they've stopped.
I only remember playing on the Game Boy. That's all. With the cartridges and Pokemon Yellow and
Yeah,
Ruby
people were-
and
So I studied in Colabo, and bro, literally everybody was into Pokemon over there. And like we had like Pokemon posters. We had they were promoting Suicune in the posters, and like literally all the kids they were like crazy about Pokemon.
I still love Pokemon. I remember playing. There used to be Ruby and Yellow.
Sapphire,
Sapphire.
Emerald also.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember.
Gay.
No, and you have to save your progress every time, and then
Yeah.
it was so much fun.
Then he had a lot of Nintendos, and I think he played more Pokemon than I have also
Yeah.
played.
Did you all ever play Pokemon Go, that walking
So
one?
you walked so he could run.
Bro, Pokemon Go was crazy. They had like the rarest Pokemon outside the Ambulams. Like why?
Yeah, one day I called Sid.
Suddenly
Sid is
you're seeing suddenly you're seeing a group of kids outside the temples.
no,
and all
one
that.
day I called Sid. I'm calling Sid. Sid, come to Coconut. He's like, dude, I'm in the temple. I'm like, bro,
did
Amma
he
might
get
be so
spirits?
proud of you. He's like, no, bro, I'm catching Pokemon here. New Charizard. I heard.
I think this was during COVID or something.
Yeah.
So
No, it was
Just
before
before
COVID.
COVID,
No,
just
2016.
before.
everybody was into catching Pokemon at that time.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody-
I've gone on so many walks because of
So there's
Pokemon.
this new report that has come out that basically Niantic, which is the company that made Pokemon Go so that now they've created the best navigation system.
Oh my god.
So whenever they needed to have new information about an area, they'd just send more Pokemon there.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, that's
kids would walk
insane.
around and show the area literally on their
They
phone.
became I think I heard a big issue because Mewtwo or Mew, which is one of the rarest Pokemon, it was in some secret area in US, some government facility and all that. So then it became they had a big issue with that.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it was crazy to see people do that kind of stuff.
Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys had fun watching, just the way we had fun shooting. See you in the next one.
Next one, Sid has to choose one brother.
Sid chose me.
I've never been
He
put on
did
spot.
choose him.
Not denying it.
He just
Don't
laughed.
deny, he's just laughing.